What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Livewire with another Fallout 76 video, and today, as you probably guessed by the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing the next entry in my Ultimate Series Guide, and that is going to be everything there's to know about shotguns. So, shotguns are surprisingly very powerful weapons, and I have slept on them for quite a while, and today is the day that you stop sleeping on them as well. But before I start the video, if you could do me a favor and check out the Discord in the link below, it would mean a lot to me. I have a growing community over there, and we are sharing ideas about everything Fallout 76 related, so if that's something that interests you, feel free to check that out in the link below. Now, going ahead and getting started, there are some basic things you should know about these builds before we go ahead and start, and that is going to be everything there's to know about critting every other shot, because this is a VATS focused build, as they are the most powerful builds in the game. So, to crit every other shot, you need to have this amount of luck as you see on screen right now, and you can lower this by using Limit Breaker 4-star mods, which are even easier to get these days due to Bigfoot dropping them, and in the next update, the infestations will also be dropping 4-star mods, so there's going to be lots of different ways to get these outside of doing the raid. Additionally, you can combine Lucky Hit with Limit Breaker for even less luck requirement on your critting every other shot. But if you want to go and rock at a full unyielding set or something along those lines, you could rock 40 luck and have only the lucky mod on and have to sacrifice any of your 4-star armor slot mods. Alternatively, you could use one limit breaker mod and only have to pick 28 luck if you have lucky hit on, which is something I've been doing for quite a while now, ever since they made the change to this crit system. Now, for the shotguns themselves, I mostly stuck to Bloodied and Furious, Explosive, Rapid, VATS Enhanced, and Vital in the 2nd star, in the 3rd star, Lucky Hit, Swift, VATS Optimized, and in the 4th star, Conductors, Pinpointers, or Polished. And the shotguns I was testing throughout the video process was the Gauss shotgun, the combat shotgun, the pump action shotgun, and the double barrel shotgun, as well as the laser shotgun and the plasma shotgun, which all of them performed very well. Here are a list of mutations I am using in the video. And as for the armor, I've been rocking a set of civil engineer armor with the buttressed on the chest and hardened on all the limbs. The reason I did this is because it gives me a pretty good average for all my basic resistances, so it's something definitely worth checking out. And for the legendary mods, you can do something like you see on screen. Really, the only important thing is if you're low health, bolstered, or unyielding, and if you're full health, lucid, mutants, or overeaters. Everything else on there is really just preference. And for some easy to maintain buffs, the ones I highly recommend are using Company T and 4-Rofter, because they give you plus 10% AP refresh rate and plus 25% VATS accuracy. And this is doubled if you have the herbivore mutation on. For my Under Armor, I am using the Raider style Under Armor because it gives me plus 5 luck and plus 3 agility. Plus 2 perception is nice, but the plus 5 luck will lower the amount of luck I need to build into to achieve those crits every other shot. Alternatively, you could also use the Rage chest piece, which gives you plus 100% damage at the cost of receiving 100% more damage. And really the only issue you're going to have with a build is that if you are using something like Through Hikers on your armor set, you're going to need to find a way to mitigate that increased carry weight if that's something you rely on. But you can easily do that by putting a 1-star mod or perk card, on your endurance for Through Hikers and a 1-star traveling pharmacy on your string, and really apply that to any other situation like belted or something. One of the weapons I used in the video was the Bloodied Suppressed Combat Shotgun, which performed beautifully, and I highly recommend you guys check out this weapon. It is actually a powerhouse, and it puts out an insane amount of damage. Another weapon I tested throughout the video was the Kabloom with the Furious VATS Enhanced Lucky Hit and Thrill Seekers mod on them. Again, this weapon performed beautifully, and I highly recommend checking this one out. I did test out the laser shotgun just to see, how it would perform, and by far the laser shotgun was the worst performing weapon I tested for shotguns. So if you're looking to do an energy-based shotgun build, I would stick to something like the Scatter Barrel on the Enclave Plasma Rifle, as that one actually puts out a fair amount of damage. But the stronger the enemies get, the more that it's going to fall off. Overall, the Gauss shotgun was by far the best performing, followed by the combat shotgun. So if you really wanted the main shotguns, I would stick to either one of those two weapons, and then try out the pump action shotgun if you want to do something more for fun, or check out the cold shoulder / the double barrel shotgun if you're looking for something a little bit different. Now, going ahead and looking at the first build for today's video, it's going to be the low health human, And for this one, I am using a sneak slash VATS focused build, and it is putting out some insane amount of damage. I'm not gonna lie, this was by far the most fun I had with the shotguns, was using this sneak build. And I know you might be thinking, a sneak build in 2026, are you crazy? But sneak is very easy to maintain if you know what you're doing. And this shotgun, it has the ability to put on a silencer, and so does the pump action. It also has a silencer on it. So you can use them as stealth weapons, and they actually put out an insane amount of damage. Like, you're able to take out headhunt targets very easily. I took this thing to the Earl Williams fight, and it performed beautifully there as well. Checking out the special for this build, here is the special on screen. Here are the legendary perk cards I used for my low health human build. Follow through is obviously an excellent perk to run, however it's not necessary. If a target's getting one-shotted, it's not going to do anything for you, but it's going to be key to boss fights. Now taking a look at the perk cards themselves, this is the build I was using. Now again, if you're not one who likes to sneak, you can very easily use this very same build. Just take off the sneak focused perks, which would be Escape Artist, Covert Operative, and Mr. Sandman. And really the only thing to replace those perk cards with would be the Gunslinger slash Guerrilla perks, because those are really the only ones that are going to benefit you in any significant way. So, I mean, if that fancies you, go ahead and try that out. If not, this build will get you by just fine. Additionally, the Demolitions Expert I have selected in Intelligence. You don't need that. If you're not using an explosive shotgun or the Gauss shotgun, which has built-in explosive rounds, don't bother with that. Just take those 3 points, put them in like an energy card if you're using an energy weapon, or put them into, like, I don't know, you could just move them out and put them somewhere else. Here is some gameplay of me using these shotguns in the Earl Williams fight. As I said before, this thing performed beautifully. Shotguns, they really do put out an insane amount of damage if you're able to get the sneak bonuses going, especially. I tested them with, again, the combat shotgun and the pump action shotgun. I did like the combat shotgun a lot more just because it has a higher DPS, just because it holds more ammo and it reloads much faster. But I must say, these were a pleasant surprise, and I mean, even after I was done recording all the footage for this video, I've still been using these shotguns on my day-to-day gameplay. That's just how much I really enjoyed using this build specifically. Moving on to the full health human build with the minimum amount of perk cards. So the bare bones version of the build, you can use this at really any level you want, with some pump action shotgun gameplay in the background for you to enjoy. These are the special stats for the bare minimum build for full health humans. And here is the perk cards I selected for that bare bones build. These are the ones I believe are the most important, so if you just pick all the ones I have here on screen, you should do just fine. In the background gameplay, you see me using the full health build with the Gauss shotgun, and you can just see how much damage this Gauss shotgun actually puts out. This thing is literally like a monster. Like, I don't know how to describe it. The Gauss shotgun, if you haven't tried it recently, this thing is actually a beast of a weapon, and it's by far probably my favorite new weapon to use in Fallout 76. Like, I'm not even lying. It does have one major drawback, but I will address that later in the video. and it's going to revolve around the ammo consumption, because every time you shoot a shot with this thing, it does consume 5 ammo, and as many of you probably know, the Gauss weapon's ammo that it uses is fairly expensive to craft, so yeah, you're gonna be blowing through a lot of this ammo, but I have a fix for that. Now moving on to the maximized full health human build, here are the special stats on the screen. And here are the legendary perk cards for the full health human build. Pretty standard setup here. Taking one for the team, just an overall good perk, and you have a free flex slot, so feel free to put whatever you want there. Taking a look at the perk cards, here they are on screen. Again, Demolition Expert is there because I'm using the Gauss shotgun primarily, but if you're not using a shotgun that has either the explosive legendary effect on it or innate explosive bullets like the Gauss weapons do, then you're not going to need that perk card. You could just take it out and put it elsewhere. If you are using an energy weapon, you could put on like science to get some bonus damage from your intelligence stat, but aside from that, I feel like this build's pretty rock solid.
Gets all the stock from. Gotta be crazy running caravans through this wasteland.
And as promised, my fix for the ammo problem on the Gauss shotgun specifically, this doesn't apply only to the Gauss shotgun, you can apply this to really any weapon in the entire game, is to put on a perk card many of you probably have never tried before, but it's actually a beast of a perk card, and that is Scrounger. So this lets you pick up more non-explosive ammo. I guess Gauss weapons ammo doesn't count as explosive because right there I just picked up like, what, 76 shots from one super mutant? Pretty good. In this clip, I'm showing you more examples of me picking up plentiful amounts of ammo off of corpses because corpses are considered containers, believe it or not. So, as you can see, I just picked up a lot of ammo, and again, I'm spending 5 shots per target, so if I'm netting more than I'm spending, it's worth it. And in this example, this guy had 78, this one has 73, then I have an extra 8 there. So yeah, I mean, I never have issues with ammo when I'm using this weapon because of Scrounger. Now moving on to all the ghoulies out there, I think it's time to show you guys some love, and of course, I saved the best for last. So let's go ahead and check out that ghoul build I got for you guys. Here is the special stats on the screen for the bare minimum, super low level. You know, you can get into this very easily setup. And here are the perk cards for that build. Really nothing too crazy here, just the ones you'd expect to see on a VATS focused ghoul build with the added in shotgun perks and the strength tree. Now just showing you a quick example of what you can expect from a ghoul shotgun build when I'm utilizing things like glow and VATS crits and all the good stuff. Again, using the Gauss shotgun because, I mean, I enjoy this weapon so much I can't put it down. And now moving on to the fully fledged out version of my ghoul build. These are the special stats on the screen. And here are the legendary perk cards. Now, follow through, you don't need this here. I mean, you could still use it if you're using a sneak build and you're a ghoul. But you could also remove it for something like Action Diet or Taking One for the Team, which are very good quality of life perks for ghoul players. Well, Action Diet is anyway. And here is the perk cards for that fully fledged out ghoul build for you guys. Pretty standard setup you'd see on most ghoul players. Nothing too exciting here. Really just tailoring that strength section for the shotgun perks to benefit your shotgun. And with that, that concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making this one. Shotguns are definitely a weapon type that I'm very much invested in. I really love these things. I can't say it enough. They feel really good to use. They put out a lot of damage. They're surprisingly ammo efficient, so you don't have to worry about ammo problems. I know a lot of people were commenting that under the commando build. They're saying, man, I love the build. You know, I'm able to shred through everything. I'm killing stuff so fast, but I'm just having so much trouble keeping up with the ammo cost on the Elder's Mark, and I completely get it. Elder's Mark is a very needy weapon. It eats a lot of ammo, but if you're looking for something that does just as much damage, maybe not as much DPS, but just as much raw damage, shotguns are probably something you want to check out. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.